solution don't become part of the problem. Today, we focus on one of the key solutions in our educational system, which is empowering teachers. With us is Ms. Gina from Edwina American Academy. Welcome to our program.
Thank you so much for having me, first and foremost. I want to give my appreciation to the Pəruwərdə channel. And I'll give a small introduction about myself. My name is Gina Avdal. I am from Nashville, Tennessee, originally Kurdish. I came back here, established Edwina American Academy, and have worked throughout the region regarding professional development. I have worked closely with the Ministry of Education and other international entities. My experience, it goes back to 2011. This is when I first started teaching, and I've been teaching ever since, done trainings, learned, failed, got back up again, and I'm very happy to be here and give you guys some insights.
Thank you. Ms. Gina, what is teacher capacity building, and why is it very important?
Okay. So capacity building, especially for educators, it is the improvement of their knowledge, their skills, and their professional competencies. So it's not just a training program. No, it's a long-term process for us to kind of get into what we are facing today, because the world is changing. It doesn't matter how experienced you are or what degrees you have, there's always areas of improvement that you have to do. So for example, me personally, myself, I'm in a capacity building program as we speak, which is the AI integration into the education system, because AI is new. I'm definitely not an expert. I will 100% sure we don't have any experts in this field yet. So it's an ongoing process that we need, especially not just in Kurdistan, in every country. It's not just for developing countries or developed countries, it's for all. So if we compare to the US, in the US, teachers are required to do professional development annually, if it's during the school year or during the summer. It doesn't matter if you've been a teacher for 30 years. It doesn't matter if you've been teaching for 50 plus years. You have to do it. If you're teaching, you have to do professional development. So it's a very critical point in the education system, because if we think about it, when we develop our teachers, automatically, what does that mean? It means student learning outcomes have been improved. Teachers are very critical. If we have strong teachers, we have a resilient school. And a resilient school means a resilient education system. So they are the core, they are the heart of the education system.
Based on your comment, actually, let's compare US, because based on my experience, actually, in Japan, they have same training, actually not annually. It is some training weekly, some of them are monthly, just to develop their teachers. Yeah, this is a new for me, new information for me about the US, that they are training their teachers annually during the summer. Ms. Gina, as you know, we have a lot of training programs in Kurdistan, and also, especially in Iraq also, but we couldn't change the teachers' insights that much. I will go with the second question. What are the main stage of the capacity building?
So from my own experience, developing training programs, the very first thing is there are 4 steps, very simple. I'll put it into 4 steps. The very first step is called a needs assessment. We need to analyze and see what are the gaps. There are many gaps, but we can focus on the critical gaps. Once we know what the gaps are, you need technically a whole village. This is the next step, step 2, developing a training program that they'll benefit from.
Before going to the second step,
okay.
You said need assessments, so we have to put all teachers in assessment process to find or to check their needs?
Okay, so what we can do, there are different ways or different methods that you can do a needs assessment. One, you can do schools assessment to see what are the gaps of the student learning outcomes and how can these teachers fill up these gaps.
So collecting data through
surveys,
the survey.
data, yes. Also, you can talk to the teachers directly. You can talk to different stakeholders. It doesn't matter.
Like interview.
You just have to collect data. How you collect it, there are different ways, many ways actually.
Yeah.
We could do it quantitatively. We can do it qualitatively. It really doesn't matter as long as you collect the data and find out the gap that we have.
Good. The problems that we have, and
Yes.
we have to focus
Yes.
on it in stage 2. Okay,
Exactly.
let's go to the
Stage
stage
2. Stage 2 is really important in my opinion because stage 2, it takes a whole village. It doesn't take one person to make this training program or this orientation of the program. Why does it need a whole village? Because you have the problem, okay? I have a solution for the problem. You have a solution for the problem. Someone else has a solution for the problem. Then we turn it into a whole program. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like
we
brainstorming.
all collect, yes, a
Yeah.
brainstorming. We collect our skills and, we just build it. Now, this step is important. Why? Because when we have teachers, they don't want to waste their time. And we don't want to waste teachers' time. Time is critical. So why develop a program or just do a training program that was done 10 years ago and just, hey, we have this program, let's do it again? No, you're going to waste the teacher's time. Did they benefit? Did they reach their objective? Or did they just come because it was mandatory and they wasted their time?
So this is our problem actually,
Yes.
maybe in Kurdistan, also in Iraq, which is we are depending on some training programs which is not suitable for our let's say, teachers,
Yeah.
because we are not solving the problem. We don't know what is our teachers' needs. Just doing randomly any
For
training.
the sake of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. No, it's really important to create a training program that hasn't been done before because, knowledge changes. This is why I said capacity building, it's also about knowledge.
Yeah.
Science changes, history changes, English changes. I have a daughter who's 5 years old. Like, there are some vocabulary she uses I have never heard of.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because every year there's
I'm
a
like,
new vocabulary.
What is that? They take it from songs, they take it from movies, they take it from trends. So,
Exactly.
the language is changing. I was doing a class observation here, and there was some vocabularies. It was so old, like no one even uses it anymore, but they're teaching it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
We need to update the knowledge and how teachers teach different grammars because there are different techniques now. My expertise, so for example, I have a background in science, the scientific department. I majored in biology, and then I did my master's in instructional leadership and organization, PhD, same thing. But I've grew up with English. It came to me naturally, okay? I didn't go to any courses, so I don't know the process of teaching grammar or teaching language.
I think we have same history actually. I'm also graduated from the chemistry department.
Yes.
And also, as you said, I haven't participated in any English courses.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. But I have a comment about
Sure.
the new trend actually. When I was teaching, I saw some students that are using the word of the 6-7-6-7.
Yes. Oh
And
my
as
God,
you
I
know-
have a video of my daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, what is, like, I don't know, it's just a song. I was like, okay.
I have asked
Yes.
many teachers try to be with the trends because
Yes.
the students now they are using some words we don't know, we don't have any information about it. Go back
Exactly.
home and search and find
Yeah,
out
yeah.
what's the meaning of the 6-7-6-7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a video of my daughter. She was just like, 6, 7. I'm like, Anna, what does that mean? She's like, I don't know. It's just a song.
Yeah.
You have to know it. I was like, okay. So yeah, there are different trends. So let me go back to why I'm talking about English language. I know the language, but I don't know how to teach it or train teachers on how to teach it. So what did I do? I did a 160-hour professional development course specifically on teaching English and all its sub-skills.
The way of teaching the language, exactly.
Yes. Do I need it for myself? No, I know the language. The reason why I spent 160 hours, it took me 6 months to finish, it was very intensive, was because so I can obtain knowledge and give it to others in the training programs.
Yeah, transfer.
That were, yes. So even me, if I don't need the language, I don't need language, I don't need the English language. But I do need to learn how to teach it. I didn't have the skills. I had to obtain the skill. Do you get what I'm saying?
To go with the pace and also to
Yes.
lead the teachers.
Yes. Why? Because it goes back. If you have good educators, you have good student learning outcomes.
Exactly.
It's vice versa. I think I hit this. It's vice versa. So teachers benefit, students benefit. When students benefit, the schools benefit. When schools benefit, the
Society,
education
the
system
education
benefits. When the
system.
education system benefits, the country as a whole benefits.
Yeah.
Because education is the backbone of a country.
So this is the second one. And what about the third stage?
The third stage is also important. All stages are important. Let's
Not that,
The third
not like the
stage,
second one, let's say.
So the third stage, it's follow-up. So the teachers, they got the skills. They received it. Now we need to teach them how to transfer it, how to use it.
And implement these information.
Implementation, yes. Implementation. And then the final step is to follow up. Go to the teacher's classroom. Are they implementing what they learned? Are they doing it the right way? Do you know? Do some follow-ups. Hey, do you have any challenges? What are your challenges? Because, you know, they've taught it practically. Now they know what they're weak in. And then they tell you, hey, I need improvement in this area. And then you can do the improvement in the follow-up, the final stage.
So it's looked like the first stage to know their needs.
Yes.
And to work on that needs, let's say, and also to make the system work together, all these steps.
It's a whole cycle. It just goes over and over. Professional development is a one-time thing. It's a long-term process.
This is will lead us to the fourth question, or let's say third, I'm sorry. In which areas do teachers need continuous development? Just the way of the teaching, or there's different areas we have to focus on it?
I would say everything. Pedagogy, assessment, digital literacy, emotion.
This is very important part.
All
the
skills.
Emotion. Yeah, exactly.
Recently, I'm always in training programs, not if it's for myself or giving it. So recently there was an instructor, he came from the US consulate, he did a workshop for children martyred on resiliency.
Yeah,
Imagine a whole training program on resiliency.
it's amazing actually.
It was, I was just listening, I was just observing. I wasn't an attendee, but I was observing. But I learned so much from that session. I was like, wow, I never thought about a training session on resiliency. How can students, not just students, how can people get back up after falling down? How to process your emotions. So, for instance, I annoy you. You have a quick reaction, okay? But how can you control this reaction? First, I annoy you. You're bubbling up inside. You have to first think, why am I feeling this way? Question yourself. What can I do to calm down? Is it worth it? You know? If we learn to process our emotions and question our emotions, we would have better reactions.
Connect
towards
with our
other
inner
people.
part, let's
Yes.
say. Yeah, and also bullying. We have this
Yes.
problem in our schools in Kurdistan. This will lead me to the coming question, which is our purpose. What plans have you and your organization carried out with the Ministry of Education?
Okay. So, Dr. Alan Hamad Said,
Yeah.
the minister himself, I'm very intrigued with how passionate he is when it comes to the education system. He's actually like an idol, an icon. Why? Because, for example, I'm always surprised and intrigued by people that grew up here. For instance, I had the easy way out. I grew up in the US. Everything was open to me. I never faced hunger. I never faced post-war. I never faced hardship. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything was given to me. But for people here, they faced post-war, you know? They faced a lot of tragedies, yet something so bright and so beautiful has come of them. Knowledgeable, their passion, their enthusiasm. It's so clear, and it's very...
This is the result which has come after the trauma.
Yes.
Psychologically.
The resilience, they got back
Yeah.
up and they're stronger, they know.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to see, you know, the Kurdish people become so bright and beautiful, and, you know, they're striving. I mean, look at the governmental sector, like, look what they've done to Kurdistan. despite all the challenges. I mean, I know that many people complain about salaries and, you know, hardship and so forth, but they don't see that there is a war going on that they can see between governments, you know? I mean, we're surrounded by neighboring countries. Do you get what I'm saying? We have Iran, Turkey. I'm going to consider Kurdistan a country, so we have Iraq. Because, you know, they kind of have this you know, the between the salaries. It's a war going on to fight for the salaries. We're not doing the war, it's our government doing the war. But despite all of these challenges, Erbil is the most beautiful city in all of Iraq. Not just Iraq, I would say even in neighboring countries. It's the most beautiful city. Why? Do you get what I'm saying? It was a government that fought for this beauty.
Actually, sometimes when I have a discussion with my friends, always, I'm sharing this, the gap between the society and the Kurdish government is less comparing with the gap between the society and other governments in neighborhood, also in other countries. This is a good, let's say, a positive point for our government and also for our society. So this collaboration between your organization and the Ministry of Education started, or you have a plan to start?
Okay, so I went way off topic because it went into government and everything. I'm just surprised and intrigued by what the government has done for here. That's why I went to this topic.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the other topic. So Dr. Alan Hamad Said, he had a vision to build a training center in the Barzani Nimr complex. And then when he reached out for this training center because he wanted us to collaborate, we were very honored that he asked us to come and help set the training center. And it started this year. The idea started last year, but the implementation, it actually started this year in June, July. I remember it was 3 days, imagine 3 days, testing almost 1,000 teachers in 3 days.
1,000 teachers.
1,000 teachers.
Yeah.
And out of these 1,000 teachers, around almost 400 participated in the training program, the capacity building. Now, this one was specifically on English.
Just the English language.
It was just on English. However, there are going to be others on pedagogy, assessment, digital literacy. Now, why is English important? Kurdish is a beautiful language, but it's not a rich language when it comes to digitalization, when you research, you know? English, Arabic, and Spanish. These are 3 languages that if you have a phone, if you have internet, you can get a lot of resources just by researching.
Yeah.
Kurdish, unfortunately, we still need to work on this area. This is a gap, you see?
And also, as you know, English is an international language.
Yes.
So it's just a tool. If we are talking English, if we are going to learn English, I'm against this idea, which is many times you will see in the media and social media and everywhere, stating that, okay, we will forget our language, our mother language, our mother tongue. But if I learn a new language, that's not mean that I will forget my mother tongue. But we have to accept that English language an international language. We cannot find researches and also data by a Kurdish language. We have to work on it actually, but we need too much time to do this. So yeah, it's a good idea. Started with the English, then go with the other parts. Do you think this program will include scientific subjects, also just English language?
Yes, it's definitely going to include scientific subjects as well. But again, it's just like a starting point. We have to first start it and then build.
Yeah.
Build it and grow this training center. That was Dr. Alan Hamad Said's vision. And because it's his vision, we're definitely going to support it. And we're going to make sure that it is a continuous program. It's not a one-year program.
Yeah.
It's going to be a training center that will hopefully be for many, many years.
So this training will be held by your organization, and do your organization have all these experts in this area, or your organization will depend on some experts from the from US or from the other countries?
Yeah, so we are experienced in many areas, but again, not all areas.
Yeah.
Capacity building, professional development is taking knowledge from anywhere and everywhere. So, for instance, we are working with other international entities to come to Kurdistan to do professional development in areas they're very strong in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So, for example, A is very strong in this area. Please come to Kurdistan, do this training program. We have something called a TOT, train the trainer. To make it long term, so for instance, when it comes to the English program, what did we do? We didn't do the program ourselves completely. We took a group of teachers and we did a TOT. We trained them on how to become English trainers.
This is very important,
Yes.
actually, because
And then
with
these
TOT
trainers led the classes. What we did, we just overlooked it to maintain quality and to make sure that it's a continuous program.
Yeah, exactly. Should all teachers participate in capacity building program?
So that goes back to my first question. It doesn't matter how old you are, how experienced you are. I don't care if you're Einstein, you
Yeah.
need it.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter because the world is changing. What we know 5 years ago, maybe it won't benefit us now. The world is changing, science is changing, technology is changing, and we have to be with the change because nowadays it's a rat race. Things are changing so fast, sometimes we can't even catch up.
Yeah, faster than us, exactly.
It's really fast.
Yeah,
So definitely it's for everyone, everybody. I don't think no one's exempt from it.
yeah. Actually, there's an old sentence state that learning is an ongoing process. But nowadays we have to change this to training is an ongoing process. We have to train always. It's because, as you know, learning and training, it's two different concepts.
Learning is a race now.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't develop, if you don't learn something new every day, you'll be behind.
Exactly.
Learning, it's now a race. It's a
It's-
war. You can't just sit down and learn at ease. No, you have to be fast.
Exactly. I'm going to ask you my last question. What is the modern approach to develop teachers in today?
So the modern approach right now is digitalization. We have to teach them how to use digital tools. And nowadays, what we do training sessions using the digital tools to make sure that they're able to use it in their classrooms. But here's the thing. Do we only teach them how to use digital tools? No. We do a challenge, for example. Okay, they're all ready to use the smart boards, the technology that's already out there. So in the middle of the training program, at the very end, that's it. The smart board, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Internet is down, electricity is down, create a lesson plan. So true that we have to learn how to use digital tools in our classrooms, but we can not forget how to teach a class without it as well, because you have to be prepared.
So like a mitigation.
Sort of. So
Yeah.
I know that many schools really depend on the smart board, you know, because all the tools are there, all the games are there, the songs are ready, the listening is ready. Okay, take that away.
Exactly.
Take it away. Do your lesson plan.
This is a very big problem.
Yes. We have to prepare our teachers to teach in any circumstances. Either it's with digital tools or without it. And recently I did a training workshop at the American University of Duhok. It was for the K through 12 and beyond. So what was my workshop? It was about improving active learning in crowded classrooms, because here's a challenge. We have very crowded classrooms. And this training workshop focused on helping teachers use very simple tools, very cheap, not costly, to help teach a crowded classroom and to make it more active. It included, for example, we did think, pair, share. It's a pedagogy technique for teaching crowded classrooms. We did gallery walk, we did the stop signs, and we also created small boards using very cheap material, white paper, and do you know that the clear plastic paper where you
Yep.
put the paper in there?
Like envelope,
Yes.
yeah.
Take the white paper, put it in there, give it to the students. It's a smart board, a very cheap smart board. And it's great for math. The teacher puts the question on the board, students do it, and then they raise it. Like that, every single individual did the math equation. Instead of having the old traditional way, you have 30 students in a classroom, you choose one student, get up and do it. Math takes maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes to solve, some 2 minutes. Classroom is only, what, 40 minutes long? Until you, yeah. You won't have time to get to every single child to get up on the board, you know? And there's this thing that we always say, when a teacher turns around and is facing the board, automatically you're cut off from your classroom.
Yeah.
So we need to learn how to avoid that cutoff and get all these students to participate. So there are very small methods, but they're definitely effective.
Gina, thank you for your insight. Do you have any more to share with us?
I have a lot to share, but first and foremost, thank you for having me. And when it comes to the empowering educators here in the Kurdistan region, at Duin American Academy, they're ready. Because even this empowering training session we did in the summer, it was completely voluntary. And what I want to say is companies, entities, schools, universities, sometimes you don't need to give money for something to happen. Sometimes it's just your time and your dedication. So as I do in American Academy, we gave our time and dedication, and something very beautiful happened. So if we as an academy can do this, imagine if everyone comes together.
Group work.
A group work.
Yeah.
Not everything is about financial gain.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's about just giving back what you received.
Thank you, Ms. Gina, for your valuable insights.
Thank you.
And thank you to our viewers for joining us. Until next time, بخير بزيب مینیان. زور سپاس.